As I'm told, this female employee lies aplenty and to ruin other male devs' careers if they don't agree to sleep with her. My source also told me there was a ridiculous amount of lesbian and feminist-leaning people on the writing team for games like Valhalla, and anytime internally someone referred to the player as he or as a male in general, these lesbian feminist devs would correct you instantly and demand that you refer to the player as she/he, but always put emphasis on ensuring that the she pronoun came before the male pronoun, always internally when discussing things.
Welcome back for this. Usually I don't cover much of the topic related to gaming, but this time it's related to something against men, like the developers in Ubisoft are getting targeted by some female employee who forcefully wants to sleep around with them. Now, of course, if this was other way around, you would see national news everywhere talking about the male predator targeting female employees, but now since it's the male victims, the HR team doesn't seem to care. And as you would guess, yes, the Ubisoft is taken over by feminists and all these DEI activists. So let's see what we got here today and let's understand the situation.
It's very hard to convey any ideas or talk sense into the people at the top at Ubisoft, and they called Ubisoft in general a leftist echo chamber to the max. You cannot bring up stuff like Trump or Pierre Poilievre, the conservative guy that's running for prime minister in Canada, in case you don't know, because it's all seen as sacrilegious at Ubisoft because he's not a liberal nor is Trump, and that's a big no-no, I guess. I was also told there's one female employee, at least at Ubisoft, who is hell to work with. As I'm told, this female employee lies aplenty and threatens to ruin other male devs' careers if they don't agree to sleep with her. And human resources in general refuses to do anything about this problem because the entirety of HR is unsurprisingly full of women who are pro-Me Too and see this woman as a victim instead of being a predator. And this female employee is apparently just threatening and coaxing people into sleeping with her.
See what just happened? The HR team is completely ignoring this woman who's targeting men. And there are some other factors that will be added as the video goes on, but I just want you to know that this is the entire video you can watch. I will link it below. He's just covering what's happening inside the Ubisoft game development, and it's just a mess. And if you are really interested in that, do watch this. Really worthwhile watch. And he's just talking because he has a source within that company who is telling him this. So he's not just making things up, it's actually happening. Of course, he's not revealing the source and anything to keep them secret. But let me know what you guys feel about this, and let's continue.
My insider said that everyone at Ubisoft that works there, they just try to steer clear of this nutcase, which is wild. But there you go, guys. There's a predator, I guess, at Ubisoft that will ruin your career if you don't drop your pants, allegedly. And this female employee apparently has blackmail on people, and this is why she hasn't been dealt with, which is, well, that's a problem, all right. I understand that this female employee has nothing to do with the whole Ubisoft leak stuff that I'm talking about, but my insider was very frustrated and wanted people to know, so there you go, now everyone knows. They also said that it's borderline impossible to pitch new ideas for games, and that all the game ideas come from upper management only.
So the rest of the video is just about the gaming stuff, so interested, you can watch that, but let's focus upon what the important issue was, that the woman is using blackmails and all the tactics, even the HR team is supporting her. Like, what kind of environment is that? It's literally not safe for men. She can do anything she wants because she's probably in the higher ups. She can ruin careers. This is the downside of having the power, like being the top position, the executive. It doesn't matter what gender you are, the people with power are always going to get caught up with that power. Now she has everything. The HR team is supporting her. She probably has some information that she uses to blackmail these people. Like, switch the roles and you would literally see such kind of person get banned throughout the industry, not just that company, throughout the industry he would get banned. Meanwhile, women are just doing the same thing. But since the victims are men, no one seems to care. It's really crazy out there. Let me know what you guys feel about this entire scenario.
My source also told me there was a ridiculous amount of lesbian and feminist-leaning people on the writing team for games like Valhalla. And anytime internally someone referred to the player as he or as a male in general, these lesbian feminist devs would correct you instantly and demand that you refer to the player as she, he, but always put emphasis on ensuring that the she pronoun came before the male pronoun, always internally when discussing things. Kim Belair would leave after Valhalla was done, and then I was told that Kim made sure that she got people hired that she vetted for that stayed at Ubisoft to, well, enact her will, so to speak, at the company as she left. As I was told, if you were white, you basically walk on eggshells constantly at any Ubisoft studio. However, if you're gay, black, or, anything but white pretty much, you seem to only fail upwards, which according to my source, is very frustrating for all the other employees who actually do their jobs. Apparently, internally too, these feminist devs were very angry when they found out that in Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Valhalla, that players were overwhelmingly choosing the male options over the female ones that are considered the canon options.
It's really, really sad for me, as a person who grew up playing games from Ubisoft, like Prince of Persia, the early Assassin's Creed games, and the rest of the things. And it's really sad that this is what the reality has become. Like this agenda, DEI hired people with agenda, are ruining what we love. They're even mad at the guys choosing to play as a guy in a game. Like most gamers, regardless of what you want to believe, are men. There are female gamers, but still they are lesser in percentage, and thus you will see when given the option, men or female, the guy should prefer to play as a guy, obviously. And they're mad about that. Like it really makes, it's like basic common sense, and they're mad about that. And the part about not giving validation to white men or their opinions are rejected and they prefer people of color for diversity and their DEI agenda. It's really sad what the company has become. It's like, we all know there are talks about someone else buying Ubisoft. I really hope that happens and hopefully they remove all this crap. But it's sad to see that such kind of executive people at the top just ruin this company. And of course, they will blame the gamers instead of themselves. The gamer never changed. It's always going to be male-dominated, and most men don't want to play with this kind of stories where some agenda is given. We just want to have good gameplay, maybe decent story, but if you're trying to use that decent story as a way to push some agenda, it's never going to work.
And if you want to know why female Ivor is canon, yeah, it all comes back to Kim Belair and Sweet Baby, unfortunately. Exact numbers that I was given was around 70% of players chose Alexios in Odyssey over Cassandra, and 65% of players chose male Eivor over that of female Eivor. This frustrated developers internally, the feminist ones I mean, who are all left-leaning woke activists by the way. So this is why they opted, as I'm told by my source, to ensure that Naoe was not able to change her gender in the game. They genuinely wanted to force players into playing a female shinobi over a male one deliberately. And it was for no other reason than because that they were jealous and angry that despite their efforts, that the male versions were still evidently far more popular. Wild, right?
As I said, just give us a good story with good gameplay and don't push the agenda. The entire reason now it seems like we got a female lead ninja character is just because they wanted to push some agenda. Now it makes me want to not even try this. We'll see when the game comes out. But that's it, man. Let me know what you feel about this. I'm not sure how many of you are watching are gamers. If you're still watching, thank you if you're watching. But this topic was more about the unfair tactics against the men in Ubisoft, and I'm sure this is happening at various other game industries or game companies. A really sad situation, but thankfully and hopefully after the DEI ban and all that stuff that is happening right now, hopefully this situation gets better. But let me know what you guys feel about this entire scenario. The original video will be linked in the description. If you're interested, you can watch that.
Yo, Mikey, wake up, bro. Wake up, look at this shit. Oh, look at it, bro. Open your eyes and look at it.
Why are my eyes closed but I can see?
You can't see, your eyes are closed. Open them.
I'm opening them. What's wrong?
Nothing. Yo, Mike.
I used to work as a student nurse at a hospital. I had this patient who had to stay overnight because he had a severe asthma attack. He had to wear an oxygen mask over his mouth and nose. My job was to give him a sponge bath, so I did. While I was giving him a sponge bath, he mumbled something from behind his mask. He said, "Nurse, are my testicles black?" I was a little bit embarrassed because I didn't know how to answer that question, and I was only there to wash his upper body and feet. So I just ignored the question and I continued to wash him. Like 10 minutes later, he struggled to ask me again. He said, "Nurse, please check for me. Are my testicles black?" I was concerned that he might elevate his blood pressure and his heart rate by worrying about his testicles. So I just gently raised his gown. I was holding his manhood in one hand and his testicles in my other hand. I looked very close at his private area, and then I said, "There is nothing wrong with them, sir. They look fine." He then slowly starts to pull off his oxygen mask. He said, "Thank you so much. That was wonderful, but listen very, very close." He looked up at me, and then he started talking very slowly. He said, "Are my test results back?" I used to
I've been asking for like a good workout like that you can do at home with your family, so I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite workouts to do. You ready, baby?
I'm ready.
All right.
Una mattina mi sono alzato, oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor, un partigiano, dammi via. Oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. E se io muoio da partigiano, oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellir e seppellir.
Well, anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment your opinions in the comment section below. Here are some more videos you're interested in watch. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.